Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry that I haven't filmed in probably a good 2 weeks now, and it's not that I didn't want to, it's just that my birthday was at the beginning of March, and we actually went out of town the week after that, and then I actually have a work trip coming up next week, so trying to find time to film with all the stuff for my birthday going on, being out of town, trying to come back and pack, it's just been craziness. So I do apologize for not getting a video up the past 2 weeks, but I am hoping to film a video today, hopefully film another video tomorrow, and have them up next week, so that way we can get back on track with things. So I do appreciate you being patient with me, and I apologize for the mess in the background. I actually flipped my makeup vanity around to face the one window that I have in my makeup room. The only thing is as I'm filming, I'm like literally looking into my neighbor's house. They have a window that's directly across from mine, so that's a little bit awkward. But we did have like some really pretty sunshine out, and then right before I decided to film, it started raining. So I'm not getting as much natural light as I was hoping for. I did have to bring my ring light back over. I was hoping to kind of film with some more natural light for y'all today, but that didn't happen, so oh well. So today I am doing part 2 of my wedding series. So the very first video that I did was just a super natural bride. I mean, it was almost a no makeup look. And then today, as you can see, I did go ahead and put my base on. So I did contour and highlight a little bit heavier than I did in the natural wedding, or the first part of the wedding series. I also have my brows done, that way we don't have to watch that. So basically, all we're going to do today is the eyes. And I'm just going to show you, I don't want to necessarily call it a smoky eye because I don't feel like it's going to be too smoky. I definitely am going to save like that super intense eye for the third one. But it will be in between like a natural and a super glam. So I'll probably just stick to calling this a glam look, just because when I am talking to my brides, I do ask them, do you want natural, do you want glam, do you want like, you know, over the top glam? So I would say this is a good middle ground for that. So stay tuned and we'll get started. Alright, I do apologize because some of the brushes that I'm going to be using, I did use while we were in New York, so they are a little bit dirty. I haven't had a chance to come home and clean them yet. So what I am using today is the Modern Renaissance, the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I am going in with the color Tempera. I think that's that color right here. I realized that I wasn't showing y'all the colors that I was using them as I was going along. I was telling you, but sometimes it's easier for you to see it. But it's the lightest shade in the palette. And I did already put some Laura Mercier translucent powder on my eyelid to kind of set the concealer that I used. But I still like to go in with the lightest shade in a palette sometimes. And you don't have to be too precise with this, it's pretty easy. Alright, so then next I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to go in with Warm Taupe. It's right here. And I am still going to use, right now I'm using the Morphe 441. So it's just a very fluffy brush. I don't want to go in with too much precision right now because I'm going to build. So I'm just going right here on the contour of my eyelid. And taking that all the way across. And I do mix kind of between windshield wiper motions, and then once I get up here, I'll kind of do little circles. Okay, so we do have a little bit more light coming out, so I did turn off my ring light. That way you can see these colors in a little bit more of a natural light. So as I was saying, I am going to kind of take circular motions once I'm done down here in the contour of my eye. So I'm not bringing it up too far. I'm kind of staying like right here underneath my brow bone. There we go. And the most important thing when you are doing a more glam look is to build. You don't, like I didn't go in with the darkest color in this palette. I'm starting off with lighter browns, lighter mauve pinks, and building from there. Alright, here we go. So now you can see I've just got a little bit more depth to my eyelids now. So then I'm going to go in with more of a dense brush. Let's see. I'm going to use the Morphe R33. So you can see it's a little bit more dense. And because I am using the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to go in with Bon Fresco, and it's right here. This color right here. And it's more of like a mauve pink. And from here, I am going to start to kind of carve out that V right here on the outer corner of my eye. And you don't have to be too precise with this, just kind of work the V motion. And take it in a little bit. You don't want to necessarily take it all the way in like we did the lighter brown color, but just about halfway. So you can see as I take a step back, I'm starting to get that definition. And I did order some box lights off of Amazon the other day, and I thought that they were going to be delivered today, but I think they're going to be delivered later next week. So I was hoping to have those, that way I could set up and film where I normally do, but I wanted to try to get some natural lighting in here so y'all can see the difference. So again, we're not being too precise. Just want to make sure you're packing it on that outer lid. Kind of bringing it over just a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with the fluffier brush that I was using on the lighter brown. You can use a clean brush if you want. I like to go in with something that already has a little bit of color on it that I've used previously and just blend those colors together. Alright, so now that we're going to go with a even darker color, we're going to go in, since this is a bridal look, we'll go in with Antique Bronze. It still has, it's right beside the Bon Fresco. So we're going to go in right here. And I'm using one of the Morphe brushes that came in the Christmas collection this past year. So it doesn't have a number. I don't know what the number is. But you can see it's just kind of like a flat brush. And same thing. I'm just going back over the mauve purplish color that I used. Except this time I'm just kind of sticking out here. I'm not going nearly in, as far in as I did with the other color. You're wanting to keep the intensity on the outer edge. That way it kind of gives you like that cat eye look too. once I blend it, you'll see. You can kind of turn it to get right here. Like I said, we're not really wanting to go any higher than your bone right here. And I have been trying to stick to like one palette for each look that I'm doing, just because I know it can get costly trying to buy all these, you know, different colors to create a look. So that's why I have been trying to use like the Naked palette. And the first video that I did, I'm using the Modern Renaissance for this one. Once we get to the really glam look, I might have to jump around from some colors, but I'm still going to try to use as much from one palette as I possibly can. So now you can see as I take like a step back, it's not clean, I haven't blended it yet, but you can see how I've added more dimension on the outer edges of my eye, which is helping to kind of bring the look out a little bit. So I'm going to go back in with the brush that I was using earlier to blend the two colors. And same thing, you're kind of just windshield wiper motions, circular motions. You can even use your finger a little bit, and you can kind of use that cleaner brush to blend the colors into the middle of the eye. That way you're not bringing, you know, you don't have your brush with color on it bringing it in. So I'm just using this brush that I've been using to mix things, to mix the eyeshadows. Alright, so as far as right here on the middle of my eye, because I'm going to start building that, I'm going to go in with Vermeer. So I'm kind of using this top row. I've used Bon Fresco, I've used Antique Bronze, so now I'm going to go in with Vermeer. And Primavera is really pretty, it's actually right below it. But I do like that this has more of like that pinky tone in it that we're kind of sticking to right now. So I'm going to use that and tap it right here from the middle. And again, we're just going to use that brush to blend. You don't want anything too harsh right here. Alright, and then we'll go back in with the Antique Bronze and just dab a little bit. Add a little bit of color right back in there. See, so we just brought a little bit of definition back to the outer corner. And that'll happen when you're mixing different colors on your eyelid. You're going to kind of blend one color out more than the other, so you can always go back in and add. So at this point, I am done with up here. I don't want to go too intense right now. So I am going to take my smaller, I've just started calling this a pencil brush, I don't really. It's a Morphe E36. I like it. It's very small. You can kind of take it and go underneath your lower lid with it. So I'm going to take the Bon Fresco, that mauve pink that we were using, and I'm going to use that to line the entire bottom of my lid with. And that just kind of helps to tie everything. You know that I've mentioned in my past couple videos that I definitely like to go back underneath and apply eyeshadow. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to take the Antique Bronze and just go from like the outer corner to right in the middle of the eye. Alright, and I did have a little bit of fallout from that, so what I'm going to do is just take a big fluffy brush and brush that away. And then you can take, let's see, if I wouldn't have just done a darker color with the pencil brush, I would have used it again, but I'm just going to take a different brush, and I am going to use that Primavera that I was telling y'all about and use it right here in the corner of my eye just to kind of tie everything together. You can use a highlighter, you can use a different color eyeshadow if you want, but like I said, I'm trying to work out of the same palette, so I'm just going to throw that right there on the center of the eye. Alright, so I'm done there. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara off camera, and then because I am using some different eyelashes today, I am going to, sorry, I'm still like super zoomed in on y'all. I am going to use some different lashes today, so I'll show y'all those here in just a minute. Alright, so we're back to the natural light, which I'm loving. So you can kind of see, I feel like you can get a better view of the colors versus having such a bright light on my face. But I didn't mention this earlier, but all the products that I used on my face, since I did them off camera, I am going to link them with the video, which I have done in the past. I just wanted to give y'all a heads up, that way you weren't kind of in the dark about what I had used on my face. However, I do want to tell y'all really quick about my lip color. I did cheat on my lip tints today, just because when we were in New York City, we actually went to the Bite Beauty Lab and created our own lipsticks, which was, I highly recommend it if you go to New York City. Definitely do it. It's worth the money. It's actually really not that expensive. It's worth the time. We had a blast. We were able to customize a couple of lip colors to what we really wanted, to our skin tones, you know, that perfect like pinky nude or that perfect vibrant color. We all kind of did a different variety of colors, and it was an absolute blast. So I do have that on my lips today. I'll link it below. I'll link the site to where you can go to make an appointment. But obviously I can't link the color because it's a custom color. So I did want to tell y'all about that. But today I am using the Harmony lashes. They're by Huda Beauty. And you can see they're not full lashes. You can actually take segment by segment, so you can kind of build a little bit of, you know, intensity if you want just in the outer corners of your eye, or you can use them all the way across. So, sorry. Today I will probably just use them on the outer corners of my eye, just because I want that extra intensity out there. I don't want to necessarily it going all the way across. Plus, I left my favorite House of Lashes Siren lashes in New York City. I have a really bad habit when I'm at home of just like peeling my lashes off and setting them on the nightstand or setting them near whatever is closest to me, and I totally forgot to grab them, so I'm really bummed about that. But I did want to show y'all these just because they are a little different, and I like that you can customize them to what you want your lashes to look like. So I'll show you real quick, and then I'll go off camera and do it and come back on. But you can see they're just like these little bitty lashes. Sorry. Just looks like this right here. Put the glue on as you usually would, and then you can either stick it on like the outside, the inside. You can do them all the way across if you want. A good dupe for these would be the Ardell individual lashes. They don't necessarily have to be Ardell. You can do any individual lashes, but that'll kind of help you customize your eyelashes. I know one of my girlfriends really likes the individual eyelashes. Hers are beautiful anyway. She doesn't really need them. But she will do a couple of the individual eyelashes on the outer edges of her eye, and it really just gives any look that she's wearing that pop. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these on the outside of my eye. I might actually do like two lashes out here and then do a whole one on the other side. That way you can kind of see the difference. Alright, so I'm back. So I'm going to zoom in here in just a second so you can see them up close. But I did just do two. I used the other two over here on this side. And my eye, I guess lengthwise, wasn't long enough to use all four of them. So I did just use three over here. So I'm going to zoom in. That way you can see up close the difference between just using two and using the 3 to 4 gives you. So you can see over here, I definitely have more of the definition on the outer edge of my eye. And just my little natural lashes right here. And then over here you can see where I've used 3 of the 4 lashes, and they look just like normal lashes on this side. So you can kind of see the difference that it gives you just using a couple out here versus a whole strand over here. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. If there are any products that you used on your wedding day or that you're looking to use on your wedding day or may have questions about, please feel free to ask me. I definitely monitor the comments on YouTube. I monitor the comments on my Facebook. So I'm always looking for people to post things that they like or to post questions. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the look. I'm glad we got a little bit of natural light here this time versus just having full lighting. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much.